I started playing in Ann Arbor.
Good job. Call the village council meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Vicky? Here. Shadell?
Here.
Hewitt? Hoover? Here. Larder? Here. Powell? Here. Renzo? Here. This time we'll need a motion to approve the agenda. Support. Motion's been made and supported to approve the agenda. All those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's approved. At this time, we open the floor to any statement regarding current agenda items. This time, we'll need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. No unfinished business. No items for introduction or discussion. Moving on into items for action. Request to reserve Showboat Park, October 7th and 9th for Handmade Music Festival. Is there somebody here who would like to present?
Good evening, council members. Good to see you all again. My name is Cole Ruppel, and I'm here today on behalf of Handmade Music Festival to ask the council's permission to utilize Showboat Park for another year of our locally sourced, community-minded, family-friendly music festival. Once again, we plan to bring 1.5 days of music and 2 nights of camping to beautiful Showboat Park, featuring 20 of the best bands in Michigan, a variety of local food vendors and artisans, and a positive message focused on supporting local artists and strengthening a sense of community. We are proud of our hometown. We carry our love for it and its long history as a musical village and the home of a long-running music festival everywhere we go. We traverse the state all summer sharing our music and story and use every chance we get to tell the people we meet of our darling little hamlet and its history of supporting the arts, and of our fledgling music festival that we hope aids in the revival of our town as a hub for the arts. We have our own insurance. We intend to do just 1 or 2 tents on the outcrop of grass closest to the amphitheater again. We would use one park facility building closest to the amphitheater, the little concession stand there. We've been in there the last couple of years. We would also use the bathroom facilities. We have personally cleaned those before and after in past years. And of course, we would utilize the campground. We are an eco-friendly community, not the kind to leave or walk by trash on the ground. All of our campers will have a leave no trace attitude. For example, our kayaking fundraiser and our Tires for Tickets exchange program has been responsible for the removal of over 50 tires from the river in its 2 years running. We had around 250 attendees last year, if you include volunteers and bands, with about maybe 120 of those people camping. Hoping to grow that number this year, but we are admittedly weary coming off of the pandemic. We accept the conditions and fees for the rental of the park for the year of 2022, but wish to not commit to any further agreement beyond that, as we are already uncertain of the obstacles the arts face in the current socioeconomic climate, and would instead ask to revisit the proposal again next year and assess the situation again as a community. Everything we have goes back into the music festival at the end of the year. Truly the only people getting paid are our bands, our tents, and our sound production. We also give back to a different charity every year, the Care Center being our choice in 2019. We are an organization that truly just wants to bring music back to our hometown more than anything in the world. We are powered by our tremendous family of volunteers and the support we have within the community and all over the state. We've seen and worked alongside generations putting everything they have into making amazing events happen within our community. And we just want to take all that we have learned from both our village and our own grassroots music community to carry that torch. Thank you, Council.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions?
You guys did use the restrooms in the changing rooms, did you?
We did use the big facilities last year.
No,
But
no, not underneath, no.
Those
those are.
Underneath the stadium.
Oh, no,
Everybody
no.
always need to know about that.
We only use the
Special
one.
talent.
We just use the one concession stand and then the bathrooms. Is all.
Aged myself.
Ouch. Those are no longer usable. We've concreted the drain shut and opened the doors.
What?
The ceiling was caving in.
Yeah.
Right, underwater.
Yeah, just. And are we still using our camping reservation system for the campsites not held for the festival?
Yeah, whatever you
That's
guys.
what we will, the sites we're holding will remain open on reservations.
Yep, and we'll just fill in around and whatever works, for whatever you guys have, we'll work around.
It's October, so.
It's 7th to 9th, right? Was the new date?
Oh yeah, we'd be 7th and 8th, we'd be out by then.
Okay. I'll make a motion then to approve the request to reserve Showboat Park for Handmade Music Festival with the October dates as stated.
Support.
Motion has been made and supported to approve the request for the Handmade Music Festival for October 7th to the 9th. All those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank y'all so much.
That's
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you.
Excited to see some action again.
Request to hang sponsor banners at Showboat Park softball field. Mr. Menzel?
Greetings. My name is Ed Menzel. I'm taking over the Chesapeake Softball League, kind of helping run it this year. And would like to support local businesses as well as raise money to do repairs to the fields and the lighting that's out there. I would like to get local businesses to sponsor us, and when they do, I would purchase a uniform banner, 2 foot by 4 foot, or if they choose a 3 foot by 5 foot, everything's going to be uniform out there, so it's not going to be. We'd like to place them on our outfield fences, and with that money, all that money that was brought in with that will go directly to the fields. It won't go to anything else but to do repairs at the field, whether it's the fields, the bases, the lighting, the fence. That's all the money's going to be used for. But I want to get your approval to hang the banners on there. I'm big on safety, so every banner would be put up and secure, and I'm not going to get these cheap banners that are going to fall apart in the wind. Nothing like that. Everything is going to look nice and uniform out there. So, I mean, I played softball here for 30 years, and I love that park, and I would never do anything to degrade it at all. So I just want to make upgrades, and everything that we would do will improve, and if it keeps going year by year, we would do all the Little League fields and everything. That's my plan. And with you guys' approval, I would purchase out of the fund of money that comes in, build a Chesapeake banner, and would hang center in our outfield fences. But all the money that would be raised from that would go towards the fields.
Anybody have questions?
You can do this before or after it floods.
I'm hoping it don't flood.
Well, we're good this year. I make an approval, or I'll make a motion to approve the request to hang sponsor banners at Showboat Park for the adult league softball fields.
Motion's been made and supported to approve the request to hang sponsorship banners in the softball fields. All those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Request for peddler's license after 5 p.m. for the 2022 cruise night dates. Mr. Roger Hall?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if anybody has questions. Essentially, we've got in our ordinance that, to sell food, you need a peddler license, and he's just requesting one. Anybody have questions?
He just wants to go past 5 o'clock. He just wants to go past 5. Yeah. But I don't see a problem with it, because during the 4th of July fireworks, Lions Club, all those, they're done at past 5.
Yeah.
So technically there's precedence.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was trying to think anytime there's an event that happens after that time, maybe we should alter that to the
Ordinance,
peddler's
yeah.
license. If there's an event in the evening, so we don't have to continually do this.
yeah, as far as that, I don't have an issue.
Somebody want to make a motion?
Well, I'll make a motion that Mr. Hall gets approval for his, what are you looking, you wanted to be past 5?
Yes, sir.
To extend his hours for the cruise weekends, that's all.
I run a food trailer. I've been trying to, Mr. Toma was my first call to see if the Legion wanted to help, but they're like every other organization, kind of hard to find people to work with. So it would be the weekends that I'm not out with my food trailer. I was also asking, right now the peddler's permit is $50 per month. If there's a possibility of a seasonal permit versus $50 every
we would do that, we've done that forever, so.
Okay.
This is just for after 5 o'clock.
Okay. So I'll make a motion to give approval for past 5 PM for cruise weekends currently.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. We should probably bring that up on a future agenda.
Yeah.
All right, moving on into committee reports, infrastructure,
No meeting.
finance and admin,
No meeting.
public safety, no meeting. GBA,
April 13th is the next one.
chamber, I believe that'll be in a couple weeks. Planning commission,
Nothing. Do we have one scheduled for the end of the month?
Nothing on it.
airport,
They had a meeting.
Let's see if Don
He was there. I'm not gonna reveal what time, but he was there.
Somebody maybe eat tuxedo cake?
They really didn't talk about, they just went over the agenda they have for the summer. No mold yet.
No same, no.
No mold yet.
No mold removal days?
No, yeah.
assigned?
And that was about it.
Mr. Hall should get a hold of the airport, because they're looking for vendors for their, events.
Oh.
They're looking for food trucks.
Is that the fly-in or?
Flying it would be the Saturday, not the Sunday. Because Sunday they have the pancake breakfast.
That's, I was familiar with the pancake breakfast.
So they don't use food trucks on Sunday.
Okay.
But they do look for people on Saturday.
Okay.
And
September.
there's September Craft Festival. It's the weekend after Labor Day, I believe.
They've got 3 or 4 events planned, and they're looking for food trucks and vendors, food vendors.
Okay. And I've never been to a meeting before, so.
I couldn't tell you how to get a hold of who you need to talk to.
Okay. And also if anybody could refer any charities that might wanna use my equipment for something like that, I'm open to that.
Great. The only thing the airport's missing out on this year is, they had the Stoll event last year, and this year it's going to Owasso.
the what event?
Stoll event, where they install and stop, all
Oh.
that cool stuff. Yeah. That's going to Owasso this year. But it may come back. They're just going to Owasso for this year. That's it.
Fire board?
Had 11 runs since the last meeting. 2 of them was yesterday morning. One was at 5 after 12. We had to assist Tri-Township with 2 other fire departments. And then we had a lift assistance at 3:30 this morning. Bringing a total to 50 runs so far. This Thursday and Friday is a blood drive. Like I said before, on April 23rd, we got the class on the electric vehicles is going to be put on by the state. And it's all filled up, the classes already, so that's one of the things. And then this weekend at Richland, they are having a farm exercise for accidents on farms, and it's going to be a 2-day event. I think we got 4 people going to that. Then, in May, the 21st, we are planning a golf outing for the fire department to raise money for a new washer. The washer we got now is a 1960 one, and it is falling apart, and even all the repairs we put on it. And it cost about $6,500 for the washer, so we're having a fundraiser golf outing. I'll pass that around so you guys can see that.
You're not gonna do a fireman calendar?
$65 per person, $260 for 4-man team. That's in green fees, carts, and the dinner afterwards.
When is that though?
May 21st.
That's Saturday before they use football. Golf
Yeah, a lot of golf outings.
If you all excuse yourselves, that's fine.
You mean
You said that blood drive is this week?
Yep.
This week,
Do
Thursday.
you need to make an appointment, or do you want?
I think you can just walk in.
Appointments are preferred.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
But they do take
They
walk-ins.
do take walk-ins, but sometimes the appointments are so filled up that they have a hard time taking appointments.
Versatile, I think it is called, that runs it.
Yeah, Varsity.
Yeah.
They call me all the time.
And the next regular board meeting is, next Wednesday at the 13th at 6 o'clock. That's it.
Bill, task force?
Task force met, Mrs. Palma came from Big Rock to talk a little bit about some of their literacy programs and things going on at Big Rock. That was about it.
All right, at this time, we'll open the floor for public statement, limited to 3 minutes. Questions for the board will be recorded and may be answered at the following meeting, ensuring council members have time to confirm accuracy in the answer. Will not be interpreted as a means to initiate dialogue or debate. Jerry Van Kuplis.
Nothing.
Ed Menzel.
No.
All right.
I forgot to sign in. Can I just ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Christmas work. I was wondering about the recycling, how that's working out every other, because I see people on our road that it's every day they can't, I forgot there was that last week, but I'm wondering, would it be more successful if it was like the first and third, or the second or fourth, whatever day?
I think it was the first and third.
I think that's right. I haven't
But
actually.
where someone's was 5 weeks, if
Yeah.
you're at the beginning of the week, then people just, whatever you
Yeah, I
think,
think,
think
cause
about
the
it.
first one started in.
There's I saw a calendar somewhere
They have
Yeah, I
one
think on the village
Yeah.
Facebook.
and on the page.
that has the actual date that's on there, yeah.
But
You can get paper copies in the office, and they have it on their Facebook page.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think when it
It's not
started,
enough.
it started
Don't
on
worry.
odd.
Yeah,
Third,
it's like
third
every
Friday.
week I'm seeing.
Well, don't worry, I put mine out there.
Yeah, well, then you're covered.
And I was here, so.
All right, council member statements? Anybody?
I just want to mention that this month Kiwanis has 2 events. Our annual soccer tournament is on the 23rd, hoping for it to be as successful as it's been always, and praying for no April showers.
What time does that start, and how soon can we get to steal our spot?
Registration starts at 9. Registration starts at 9. Actual fishing starts at 1. I believe it's over, or 10. I believe it's over at 1. You know, registration's at 9. People go down there and put their chairs out. It's public.
Danielle, do they want the banks burnt like they did that one year?
We no longer burn banks based on all of the trees that are down there. A few years ago, we lost a couple of trees due to the burning. This year was really good. I don't think anything will need to be done. The last 2 years, I believe, Zach has done it himself with the village has a push behind weed whipper that works absolutely phenomenal. So that's why he hasn't had any requests the last couple of years. That actually works better. Less people, just do it when you get time. And this year, the school is not putting on a daddy-daughter dance. So the Kiwanis also picked that up for kindergarten through 4th graders, and that's going to be on Friday the 29th at the Parish Hall. You better unbusy. That's all I have.
All right. Any other council member? All right. Police Department, Chief Short.
I sent my stats out earlier to council. I'll just kind of go over a few highlights. For the month of March, we had 112 traffic stops. 26 citations were issued. We had 1 assault report, 1 breaking and entering, 6 disorderly subjects, 7 family troubles, 4 neighbor troubles, 10 suspicious situations, 2 subjects that were threatening suicide, and 1 trespassing complaint. On those traffic stops, we were able to get drugs out of several of the stops in the month of March, so I'm very pleased with that. It ranged from meth to cocaine, which is big around here, so we're trying to focus on that. And also we had a few OWIs in the month of March, which is operating while intoxicated. I wanted to just give an update on the chase we had last meeting night we had. That subject, the driver is still lodged. They issued on receiving and concealing stolen property because the vehicle was stolen out of DeWitt Township, and also for fleeing and eluding, second degree because it caused injury. So he is still currently lodged. He has actually had a warrant out of Saginaw County for vehicle theft before this. So I think between the passenger and driver, they had 12 to 13 warrants between them. Yeah. So there was drugs in the car. So it was unfortunate for the lady that her vehicle was stolen, but.
Those are people who just don't run.
Yeah, right. And then as everybody can see, we got the Tahoe, literally picked it up today, the new Tahoe, finally after 9 months. Yeah. So it'll be a few weeks before it actually gets on the road. We gotta get outfitted. Everything, we have everything, we just gotta get it down there now.
Who's doing that?
Procon, and Agnew does the graphics.
Okay.
So I have.
Very good, thank you. James?
Just a few highlights. We still need folks to respond to those letters for the lead copper check. We'll just need folks to respond to that. But really, been communicating on other things. I'm happy to answer any questions. You know, they have any highlights percent of them.
Do we have the ability to call people that we've sent letters out to, or is that non-friendly thing to do?
We could, we've done door knocking, and then we got permission from Eagle to not, because these have to be random. We got permission to knock on doors on either side of that random address if they were unresponsive, and that didn't work very well. So I don't know that phone calls would do any better or not, if we have numbers for them by chance, but it's just a matter of.
I don't answer my door to people I don't know either.
Yeah. We're within 50, we just need 50 more people, but it's really slow going.
Is that the number, is that a requirement by Eagle?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a certain percentage of all the customers we have in the village, we have to meet that 222 is our magic number.
Are they giving us any funds to get it done?
Well, the UN grant, yes. It's just, we need the folks to agree to have it done.
Doesn't, the 220 people the grant was dependent on that, was it not? Or did I misinterpret that?
Yeah, it's a chicken and egg thing. I mean, even if we weren't getting grant money, Eagle would say, thou shalt do this for 222 homes. And the funding was to fund doing it to them.
So what happens to the funding if we don't meet the requirement?
Yeah, that's not an option. We'll find 221. I mean, what we keep doing random draws to send out more letters.
Was our response better this time than it was the first time? Was it the first time?
Last time was better, I think, as a percentage.
She showed me the stack from last time versus the stack from this time.
That's really disappointing. I thought maybe the second time around people would be like, oh yeah, I guess this is important. And maybe.
We'll keep plugging away.
All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Support. Motion's been made and supported to adjourn. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is adjourned. Meeting is adjourned.
Hey, Rob.